I'm so excited you're joining us today. This is part four. So leadership and personal development. How's your day going? Thank you for tuning in. I am so excited that you are here. This is Hillman TikTok, um, part four, four, leadership and personal development. So thank you for joining. Come on in. Remember to like and subscribe to this page. Watch until the end of this video. Watch until the end. Make sure that you like and subscribe on my Facebook page. Also, you can like and subscribe on my um like and subscribe please on my TikTok page. So go ahead and do either one. I'm so excited that you are joining me this evening. So come on in the room as you join me for leadership and personal development. So thank you for joining in. I'm so excited that you are here. You can join me live on TikTok over there, Facebook. Facebook just told me that I'll be having to delete my videos on um in 30 days. So be sure to check out the videos in 30 days. They delete each one. So leadership and personal development, we're running a little late tonight, but guess what? We're here. We're here. We're ready. We got stuff to do. So if you're here joining in for week four, this is week four. And so week four, we're going to keep it moving with week four and talk about the importance of leadership and personal development. So how's your week going? What did you lead for today? Make sure to comment over on my Facebook page, YouTube. YouTube is at leadership 101-22. So join me over there. So we're going to talk about legacy. Okay. Um, Building. Okay. So building resilience and overcoming challenges. This is four. Okay. Week four. Grab the syllabus over on YouTube at Leadership 101. Leadership 101-22. It's in my bio and comments. So, what about leadership? What are we doing on leadership? So, leadership is so important to what we do. So, this week we're talking about building resistance and overcoming challenges. So, what challenges did you have to overcome this week? What challenges did you face? What challenges are you going through right now? So, leadership is all about building resilience and overcoming challenges. So, check out my book, Awaken the Leader from Within by Dr. Stacy Yeager, found over in Amazon. And the book for this week is The New Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander. The New Jim Crow. So grab that book. So the important thing about leadership and personal development is as you build resilience, as you become a leader, you have to have some kind of resilience. There will people who will talk about you, criticize you, don't like what you're doing. You have to just push forward anyway. And remember, we were talking about last week. Oh, good, you just got it in the mail. Yay. Remember, we were talking about last week that the problem is there's so many obstacles coming in our way. We have to figure out how we can overcome, right? With integrity and moral leadership. So as we think about building resilience and overcoming challenges, what challenges did you get today? What challenges have you had to deal with since we talked last Tuesday? What challenges have you had to overcome? So this is some discussion you can add in the comments. You can comment over on YouTube. YouTube is uploaded about 2 hours later. Takes a little while to upload it. Tonight is just a 30-minute session and you'll get the full video over there on YouTube. So yes, please be sure to grab that. So how do we build resistance as a leader? Remember, this is for leadership and personal development. So last week we talked about the importance of knowing yourself, understanding yourself, figuring out what you need to do to be your best self. So, resilience. What does resilience mean? So, resilience basically means you have to pull out of yourself even when there's adversity, even when anyone is talking about you, even when people, you know, you're on the right path and people don't want you to go there. So I'll tell you a little bit of my leadership track. So I'm a leader that most of the people, majority of the people enjoy me as a leader. And then there are times when people do not enjoy me as a leader because they think they have different thoughts and feelings and how they would do things. I think the problem is that I'm a natural born leader. So whatever situation I'm in, I think about how it can be done more efficiently, more effectively, take your personal feelings and emotions out of it. Let's get the job done kind of a leader. So that is what helps build resilience. Okay. Your feelings, and hear me, brothers and sisters, your feelings are deceiving. Your feelings can be deceiving. Um, so on that, make sure you like, share, and comment. So what do I mean by your feelings are deceiving? Okay, so I was leading a volunteer group, and I typically work with more women than men. But I was leading a volunteer group, and a situation came up to where the person felt that they could do a better job than me. And I am all, if you know me, you know I am always the one that say, if you can do it better than me, go for it, do it, start your own business, start your own organization. I have a lot of people who I work with who have started their own nonprofit based and branched off of me. I've had people who I've mentored to go ahead and branch. And so this one particular person, they were really upset that we were being successful. They were like, why are you so successful? Why are you, and so I don't necessarily know why people act the way they act. And I think it's more of jealousy than anything. If you know me, if you want to do what I do, baby, I will show you how to do what I do. I will give you the roadmap. I will give you the tools. Go, because it's okay to have more than one of whatever I'm building, leading, or whatever. Go for it, honey. This world is big enough for both of us. Anyway, with that being said, she was so upset, like so upset to where she went in the organization, changed all the passwords to her name, her whatever, whatever. Girl, ooh. So thank God I'm an IT professional, so I can go on the back end, wipe her out, replaced her, whatever. But it was a hot mess. I'm like, all this because you really wanted to take over my organization? Really? That I built from scratch up? You wanted to go just build your own. Do your own thing. You don't even have to steal my people. There's people everywhere that you can tap into. Anyway, I don't know where her business is, what she's doing now, whatever, because she didn't block me, honey. But that did not stop me from going ahead and doing my designated path. And I think the most shocking thing about being a leader when someone like is a snake planet by themselves and say, oh no, we have to crush someone in order to feel bigger. Have you ever been in that situation to where the person, honestly, y'all are peers, y'all are working together, then all of a sudden, something inside of them gets so jealous and they're like, we both can't succeed. I have to tear you down in order for me to be puffed up. No, no, that's a lie straight from the pit of hell. You do not need to step on anyone's thunder in order to be promoted. Do you hear me? We all have a playing field where we can play. We all have a situation to where I mean, okay, here's an example. If you go to a store, any store, you will hardly see there's only one product of one thing. Say you want a soft drink. You have many options for a soft drink. Say you want bread. How many different bread options are there? How many different milks? How many different ways of doing things? How many cashiers? How many have self-checkout versus not? How many stores can you choose from for groceries? So, no, as leaders, There is room for everyone. You never have to dim your light to let someone else shine. You never have to push somebody down in order to succeed. We can all work together. And I think the important part of this is sometimes we have to remind each other, like, sister, we are not in competition. Brother, we are not in competition. If we collaborate together, we're two strong entities in the community. We're two strong areas that the community can need. Like, why are we battling? And here's another thing. As a leader, and I talk through these things, you have to pick your battles. I decided I'm not going to argue and ask the people I know. I'm telling you, I've had people yelling, screaming at me in the parking lot because they had misinformation. I'm like, honey, you may need some mental help. You screaming at me in the parking lot, and I'm telling you to calm down. And so, as a result, let's run it back. You may need a different place to be because where you're at in my organization and what I was leading, it was not for them. So yes, they left kicking and screaming, and I said, yes, release you. Again, don't know where they at, don't know what they're doing. I can guarantee you that they're not as successful because the problem is people who are jealous of great leaders or a leader and they run their mouth instead of leading, they don't have the success. One of my friends posted that somebody stole her idea and try to replicate it. Baby, you don't have to worry about someone stealing your idea, replicating it because it doesn't have you behind it, right? And so, as a leader, building resilience is no matter what storm comes against you, no matter what the devil puts in front of you, he will put people, he will put places, he will put things until you learn your lesson, right? And so you have to learn the lesson of if your weakness is people coming to say crazy stuff to you or discourage you with words, that's going to be that demon you're going to need to get over in order to succeed. That may be it. It may be every time I get something, someone steals it or lies or whatever against me. You're going to have to build that resistance. And how do you do that? So if you have people who are constantly telling lies against your good deeds, right? That may mean you need to brag a little bit more about the good things that you're doing. You may have to have people who know you and your reputation align with them a little more and then release those, okay? Because as we see, um, this presidential election, we have two front runners who are running neck and neck trying to control the country and going down and whatever. If you feel like they're doing a great job, great. If you feel like they're not, whatever. But it's a tag team deal, two people in charge running the United States right now. You would think it would only be one, but it's not, okay? And so as we observe, people are saying, wait a minute, I didn't vote for this person and they're making all the decisions. But guess what? People are speaking with their money. So, with that being said, if you're a leader and you are constantly in organizations that do not appreciate you, go and seek out ones that do. There's thousands of organizations out here that will appreciate you. Now, I'm not talking about the ones that everywhere you go, you cause trouble. Okay, that you need to self-reflect. Why is it everywhere I go? Is it me? We talked about in week 2, looking at that blind spot. Ask somebody, what is my weakness? What do you think this is? Why do you think that? I had a friend who continually got fired from jobs, continually got let go. And he was like, I don't know what it is. I don't know why it's just not working out long term. And I was like, I can tell you why. You're never on time. You halfway do stuff when you're asked to write a report. And then when opportunities come up for you to lead or guide, you leave early. Like you could have gotten away with that when the economy was more jobs, more people than jobs. But now that we're going into the era of where there's not too many jobs for enough people, then you can't just treat a job in that way. You have to level up. So, whatever your situation is in leadership, and comment below, comment in there. What is your biggest challenge that you're facing in your leadership? And I will say that as leaders, we are not immune from criticism because we will get criticized the most because we are the leader. We're sticking our neck out. We're taking the chance. We're supposed to know what's going on. So we take bigger risk than anybody else, right? And then our followers or followership, they have to know what is in it for me. What am I getting from you being a leader? What am I learning from you being a leader? What are you showing me? How are you growing me? How are you developing me? So we can't just be a leader who comes in and think that we don't have to provide guidance toward people, okay? So got a little allergy, sorry. So we cannot feel like we are just standing there leading people and they have to follow us, because there will come a time where people who you are leading and they're following, they'll say, well, do I really like this leader? Are they really giving me what I need? What am I what am I learning? What am I growing? Okay. So as a leader, and when you go read Awaken from the Leader from Within, chapter 4, you're going to look and reflect on what can you do to combat the systematic obstacles, the leadership in adversity. Okay, one of the challenges now as a leader is, how do I help motivate, encourage, bring in positivity no matter what is going on in this here, dear United States of America or the world? What can I do as a leader to help reduce stress, reduce trauma, reduce? What is my role as a leader? So I'm constantly looking at, what can I do? And this is from the eyes that I can take as a family, as a mom. As a mom, I have to think to myself while I'm raising my kid, how do I want my kids to respond? How do I want them to have emotional management? What can I do to ease the burden of their stress? Okay. So as leaders, what can we do? One, when things are not so positive, we can bring out the positive. It could be so much negative going on. We don't have to feed into the negativity. We don't have to post every negative article. We don't have to be the reporter of bad news for our circle. You don't take on that role, and encourage your people. Yes, there is negativity in this world and it will eat you up. It will cause you to be stressed out, depressed, on something you do not control. Okay? So agree with me. Okay? Raise your hand. If you read something negative this week, raise your hand. Yes, I did. Can you change what you read? Are you in control of changing? Can you change what you read? The answer more than likely is no. Okay? So, an example, Southwest Airlines. I know y'all read it by now. Southwest Airlines in a few months will be increasing their bags. No more free bags for everybody, only exclusive, okay? Assigned seating. So they're going to assign seatings, increasing their bag. So do you think that that's their target market? A lot of people fly with Southwest for the specific purpose of free bags because they don't have to pay $60 a bag. So I don't know how much they increased it to. I didn't even want to read the article, okay? But what do you think? It's like the economy is changing. They may have wanted to say, okay, let's do these things so that we can earn more money and lose money. I don't know what their thought behind it was. They could have increased fees a little bit. And, I don't know what their thinking was. But it's part of change. So instead of saying, oh no, doom and gloom, it's like now you just have more options. You can compare Southwest to others instead of looking for Southwest rate. And Southwest rate without the bags, free bags, probably is compatible to the others. So it's now an opportunity for you to really see how Southwest operates, okay? So know your market, know your niche. You don't have to be, again, the bearer of bad news. You can say, well, now we have options. Now we can look at things differently. Now we can fly more than Southwest. I've flown a lot of different airlines. Southwest wasn't always the cheapest, even with bags. So there are things to consider instead of just that Southwest thing. So think about it, resilience, overcoming challenges. What is the challenge that you're currently going through? How can you, and you can make a list. What challenges are you facing? How will you do the resistance? And then again, as you conquer those challenges, it won't be a challenge anymore. Okay. So as a leader, I know people are going to criticize, well, I could have done it another way. I could have, okay, great. Well, next time you can lead it. Awesome. I'm so glad you have so much feedback. When we do this again at this time, you can be the leader. Here you go. Okay. And so don't feel like criticism or feedback is negative. Allow it to work for you. If that person is really passionate about those ideas, awesome. Let them lead. Let them lead the next project. They have so much feedback. Awesome. Give it. Okay. Remember, as leaders, I talked about it last week. Our goal as a leader is not to stay in our position all by ourselves. Our goal is not to be in the position for a lifelong time. No one else can have this position but me. Wrong attitude. You should be looking for who can replace you as a leader, who can replace you as CEO, who can replace you. You're building up other leaders because guess what? One day you're going to get burnt out. One day you're going to need to retire from it. One day you'll need to move on. And when you look back and you've not helped anyone come on, it's going to be harder for you to leave that position. Okay. So think of a strategy and a plan for how you can pass on your knowledge. If you're a new leader, seek out, go ahead and look up. I always say, look up for a mentor. Look for somebody who you would trade places with. Look again, you don't look at someone who is not of your status and say, hey, how do you think I should do? No, someone who's already been there, someone who's already planned, someone who's already been a part. So look for someone who you can reach up to that can tell you. You can say, well, I'm going through this right now, and it's such a struggle for me to go. What can I do? Okay. So your leader, your mentor that I told you about, part one, if you're just now joining me, welcome. Like, subscribe to my page, all that. Make sure you go to YouTube and Amazon to grab my book, Awaken the Leader from Within. Okay, so take a moment to read through it. Reflect on your leadership. Reflect on how you can systematically change. And I think the major reason for saying this is because right now we need you as a leader right now, not next week, not tomorrow, whatever. We need you to start creating your leadership strategy now because this world, this economy, these people, these young people, everyone in your community, they're looking for leaders. Like, who's going to be our next leader? Who's going to tell us where to boycott? Who's going to tell us what to support? Who? Okay? Why not you? Why not now? So if you are called to, if you feel like God has called you, if your organization has called you to be a leader, the number one thing you can do is work on yourself, build resistance, overcome obstacles, and look for that mentor. One thing I love about social media is literally you don't even have to know the person. You can inbox them, ask them, hey, can you be my mentor? And usually, if they're open to it, they'll respond. If not, they won't. But you won't know unless you actually took time out to reach out. Okay. So, as we start wrapping it up for today, because we started a little late, I want you to remember that overcoming obstacles and building resistance is the key for your leadership success. You have to build resistance to the negativity, to the people, to life situations, emotional management. You're going to have to build your resistance to be a good leader. Look at the leaders in your organization, they deal with a lot. If you have a leader of your organization, take time to thank them. Say, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your effort. Thank you for volunteering or your time. Thank people. You know, people have life situations too, and they have to come through because they're a leader. So take time to appreciate them, to thank them, to just show them that you do see them. Okay, it's like, do you see me? Do we see leaders every time we posting questions and asking them, and they're there answering without any complaints? But thank them. Okay, if somebody delivered something to your door, you're going to add a tip. If you got good service, you're going to pay them for it. Okay, so why not give it away? Tip your leader, give them a gift. Most recently, you know, my Mary Kay director, she had a sibling pass away, and I said, you know what, we need to send her something. She's always sending stuff to us, blessing us, whatever. Let's send her something, right? Let's send her something from our heart. Let's just bless her. And you know what? She was so excited and thankful just because we did that for her. But we didn't have to do it. But I'm always in a frame of, how would I want to be treated as a leader? How would I want my people to acknowledge me, or, you know, whatever. Whatever you want done for you, do it for someone else. Okay, so I'm gonna end on that note. Whatever, that's a good note too. Whatever you want done for you from the people you lead, from the people you're guiding, give it to someone else. Look for someone you can bless. It's, you know, other people call it good karma. Okay, what you reap is what you sow. What you give out is what you'll get back in. And honey, you don't even have to do it to get anything back. Just do it from the heart because that's what's right. So with that, our last session, week 5 is next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, 6 o'clock p.m. We are here. I will be here for the final leadership and personal development for Hillman TikTok University. Thank you for joining in with me. I will probably do a summer session because the book has 12 keys. So I may do a summer session, haven't decided yet, but definitely fall 1, 5-week session. We will go through additional steps for leadership. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for stopping by, and join me on next Tuesday. So thank you for your time. Thank you for joining in on Facebook. I will continue to record um and save the videos on YouTube. Okay, so go to my YouTube page. I'll put it in the description. Facebook will delete this after 30 days. So I have a backup full everything over on YouTube. So thank you for joining me. I'm so excited that you have made it to week 4. Only one more week to go for week 5, and you will be the best leader you could be. Thank you.